Hello, YouTube. I'm Granite,
I'm Tucker Sutphin.
And I'm Kai Keeney.
and this is Offbeat Vibes. Um, this week we are talking about the Ukraine-Russian war. The main topic is what is your opinion about the war, just overall?
Um, well, I'm not in it, we're not in it, so I don't think I deserve to have an opinion. But, um, I don't know. I can see where they're coming from with, you know, actually, I don't even see anything. I just think it's because they don't like America or NATO. So, yeah, I I could not tell you to be honest. But
I have forgotten most of the Ukraine Russian war, so I don't have an opinion.
yeah,
For me,
I haven't seen very much about it
Yeah.
since like when it first started. I've heard about it. I just haven't seen anything on the news, so it's kind of like we're just blocking it out.
yeah, I've been watching some more on it, keeping track of what's been going on, at least a little bit. Personally, just the fact that Russia invaded them in the first place is just I don't know why. I mean, we do kind of have an idea at least. It's because Ukraine was wanting to join NATO and Russia didn't want another NATO border. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's more just I guess I don't want to say they're scared, but they don't want every country to be against them or to at least cuz like if they were in NATO, then all the other countries would probably be fighting Russia and then it'd just be another world war.
Yep.
Uh, that's all I have on that. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Alright. Next question. Do you think Russia was in the right to invade Ukraine? No.
No.
No. But then again, I see where they're coming from.
Yeah. Should the USA and other countries continue to help Ukraine?
Yeah, it seems like they definitely need it.
Yeah, like maybe maybe not like move troops in to help fight, but definitely sending aid like they currently are.
Yeah, it just, well, yes and no. Because, well, yes, because obviously they look like they need it or they need it. But no, because then I feel like it's just going to start up another world war. And that would not be good. Uh, which then could turn into nuclear war.
Yeah.
Maybe. Just,
Yeah. Got anything to add to that? Yeah. What equipment is being used in the war?
I don't know.
I actually don't know.
This is
This
definitely
is,
more of a question I put for myself.
yeah,
Yeah.
but,
So, they're using old Soviet tanks. So, T-62, T-72, T-80, and T-90, and then all their variants. Then they're using multiple kinds of jets. I don't know too much about jets and helicopters, but something that's definitely been a major factor about why Ukraine has been holding out for so long is the use of drones. Because they have both aerial, ground, and sea drones, which have been doing a lot of work for Ukraine.
mhm.
Who do you think will end up winning the war?
I feel like in this one, there's not really a true winner.
Yeah.
I mean, you the Ukraine didn't go out and attack Russia, but um, like they never said they were for any reason, because why would anybody? And I guess by technicality it would be Russia, maybe, but I just don't see a true winner.
Yeah.
I want to be hopeful and say Ukraine will win, but I think Russia has them a bit beat in resources.
Yeah, Russia definitely has a resource advantage. However, they've lost like a third of their active army since they started the recent invasion. So, Ukraine's definitely putting up a fight. I want to say Ukraine as well, but it'll really just depend on how the next months or years or however long it goes, how that moves along. What do you think about North Korea sending troops to fight with Russia?
Well, then again, it not saying it's like NATO, but basically it's aren't they part of another like alliance?
Um,
Maybe.
wouldn't
Sorta.
exact. I think they're part of Russia's alliance that they have, but I'm not sure if they're part. They're more of just friends.
Yeah. So it's kind of like us helping out Ukraine,
Yeah.
but like like we would if another country was being attacked. It's just there was a NATO. It's just helping out who you're with.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I personally don't think it's right,
I
but
don't think it is either. But
I don't have much to say on this. I don't know enough.
Yeah, North Korea's involvement could add to some issues because this was Russia's putting this off as Russia versus Ukraine, but now that North Korea is getting involved, some other countries are being like, other countries are getting involved. Like, they're looking at what the situation actually is ending up becoming. A subtopic of this is could North Korea's involvement affect the outcome of the war?
It could.
I'd say potentially yes.
I would
Oh.
say it could. It probably will, but I'm not sure if it would be affecting it in Russia's favor because they speak different languages, which make communication hard, and the North Koreans are getting introduced to new things that they didn't have, like the internet. So they're just seeing things from a different point of view.
Yeah.
And actually, there's
Yeah.
been some reports of North Koreans actually fighting against the Russians in small groups. That could just be mistaking them, but
Yeah.
that was our last piece. What time are we on? 7 minutes.
It's a lot faster than I thought.
You guys ready to move on to what this topic is next?
Yeah, since
Mm, probably not. We should save that for next time.
Oh yeah.
all right. I guess we could just go back to the main question of
What is your
our
opinion about the
opinion.
war?
Um, I definitely nobody should see it as a positive thing.
No.
Obviously. I just think it's dumb to fight over. I mean, I get it. Nate, like you don't want them joining another alliance with a whole bunch of other countries, but they haven't flat out said that they're just going to invade you. I think it's more like them being afraid of being invaded, which is already happening. And like they're they're a big country, but also at the same time not really. I mean, like the US is a big one.
Yeah.
So
The U.S.
they're
is
just
big.
I think they
Russia's
were just
big.
seeking protection, which is what Russia didn't want.
Yeah,
Which yeah,
which is definitely causing an issue.
which could be hypocritical. Like if they were a smaller country and they wanted to join an alliance to seek protection just for the future and they just got invaded because another country didn't like that, then they'd be feeling the same way as Ukraine. But yeah, that's all I got.
Now that I know more, I mean, obviously my initial opinion whenever it all first started was Russia is in the wrong, but now that I know a bit more, it's obviously not going to be a positive side. And no matter the outcome, people still lost their lives.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Even yeah, even when it's over, it's still not over.
Yeah, war is never a good thing,
Yeah.
especially when it's war over these kind of things. Like ancient war, it was over resources and survival. Now it's just I don't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much since World War One, it was been like I don't like your breed of humans, or however you would place that. Breed's probably not the right word, but
I don't like your opinion.
yeah. Now I'm going to invade you.
I mean, prior to this, all I've heard of the Russian-Ukraine war was when it initially started, and when the North Koreans got access to internet, which I didn't even know was part of the war. But
I kind of forgot about that until it got brought back up. But yeah,
Yeah, the Ukraine war seemed to kind of get shadowed. Like Ukraine war was big for a few months, then the Israel Hamas situation happened. Then like you didn't hear about Ukraine anymore. Now we had a new election. We don't hear hardly about anything.
right. Like after those few months were up, like talking about it, like another thing started, and then they just forgot about it.
Yeah, news stations just are like, well, we talked about it for 3 months. Now we're gonna move on to the next thing and just completely ignore its existing.
Right. When this could easily, well, any war could potentially lead to a third world war,
Yeah,
depending on what countries are fighting. Um, but I definitely do see another world war very soon. In my
possibility
opinion.
at least.
Possibility, yeah.
I mean, we are overdue for a third world war. World War One, 1915s in that area.
yeah,
World War Two is the 1940s. So what was that? That's a 30-year jump ish.
Mhm.
And we're
up around like
We're in-
1939.
yeah, we're like an 80-year span from when the last war was. So
Which is good.
it's
but
Yes,
good,
it's
but
good.
it's one of those things where it's like the battery for World War Three is full. I After the collapse of the Soviet Union, I think it kind of fell down a little bit, but there's still definitely some issues.
If World War III were to happen, I don't think nukes would get involved, because then,
Mutually assured destruction.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nukes are more for intimidation than really use. Or at least I hope they would be. But, no. We'll have to see. Hopefully it doesn't happen in my lifetime.
Yep, hopefully
I
not.
mean, they weren't intimidation tactics in the 1940s.
Well, I guess, yeah.
It's just more
Well,
retaliation.
well, then again, Japan also touched America's boats, so.
Yeah,
mean,
so I guess it just
Just don't
gave
touch
them the
America's
right to
boats.
blow up. Well,
Hit him with the sun.
yeah,
Well, twice.
twice for some reason.
Yeah. Well, they didn't surrender the first
Well,
time.
Still not right.
Yeah, not right. Atomic weapons and nuclear weapons are
never the answer.
no. Because it's not just the initial destruction power, it's also the aftermath
The
of the
fallout.
radiation. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that I guess that area is just no longer usable. Well,
No.
No,
well,
it's
it
still
takes a while,
usable.
but
It's reusable because
But-
they had the bomb set to airburst,
Yeah,
so they exploded in the air, so there were less particles for radiation to stick to.
yeah.
So it wasn't as bad of
There was
radiation.
still massive destruction, but there's no radiation left behind.
Yeah.
And say, like Chernobyl, that still has a lot of radiation.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of particulates everywhere for the radiation to attach to. And that's also why they have to go and redo the cement that buries the entire building every like few years because it just dissolves the cement,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
jeez.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
we
let's keep living here. Yeah. Or
So, got anything else to add to this before we end?
No,
I think I'm all out of words.
I mean we didn't have much
Okay.
to begin with.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna end it now. Good
Yeah.
with you guys?
Ah.
All right.
Like
Well,
good.
again, I'm Granite. This
I'm
is
Tucker.
And I'm Kai.
and this is Offbeat Vibes. We will see you next week.